Words have had an enduring fascination for me for as long as I can remember, and I started to read long before attending school. There is a lovely saying from the book of Proverbs in the Old Testament. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pictures of silver. Words can encourage, enlighten, and inspire us. They are like herbs that give a meal an added flavour. They can also be a medicine to us in times of worry, perplexity, suffering, and even despair. In hearing or reading the words of great people who have gone before us, we realise that we are not alone in our predicament. They can enable us to regain our resolve to do whatever is necessary and rekindle the fire of hope within us. Words can speak to our needs and encourage us to explore new ways of living and acting. Here are some words from writers that have inspired me. The famous American man of letters, Ralph Waldo Emerson, wrote, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail." It is an enduring human characteristic to want to fit in, to look, sound and act much like other people. Our dissenting tradition, on the other hand, says, don't be afraid to be different. Be true to yourself and the God which you worship. Words can spur us to action. The great 19th century writer and artist John Ruskin said this: "What we think, or what we know, or what we believe is, in the end, of little consequence. The only consequence is what we do." It is the practicalities of life that matter, Ruskin reminds us. Thought without action is a sterile thing, or as the book of James tells us, faith without works is dead. Sometimes we may feel as if we are drowning in a sea of sorrows or difficulties. The great 18th century freethinker and writer Voltaire once said, "Life is a shipwreck, but we must not forget to sing in the lifeboats." These words say to me that we should try to celebrate the fact of being alive whenever we can. This is by no means always an easy message, but it rings true. Thomas Edison said that many of life's failures are people who did not realise how close they were to success when they gave up. This is indeed true, but not all are destined for success. However, even if we fail more often than we succeed, some words of Rudyard Kipling may help us. They come from his great poem, If. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. Our successes or failures, our triumphs or disasters, as we may choose to call them, are insignificant in the light of eternity. In the end, the only things that really matter are the great values: love, laughter, compassion for all beings, and the gift of friendship. A Swedish proverb says this: fear less, hope more. Eat less, chew more. Wine less, breathe more. Talk less, say more. Hate less, love more. And all good things are yours. The great secret is to have a zest for living. If we do, the proverb seems to say, we will indeed have such good things. I end with a verse from a favourite poem of mine, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Here, with a loaf of bread beneath the bough, a flask of wine, a book of verse, and thou beside me singing in the wilderness, and wilderness is paradise enow. It is indeed paradise enough.